Yes, what you read is true. -1 is greater than 1 billion. Let me prove that to you. So I have this program here that asks for a number that is greater than 1 billion, but not actually is. And no matter what number you input, you get wrong number. So what should we do here? Well, let's look at the source code of this program. The code looks pretty straightforward and nothing wrong with it. Here we have two functions, the win function and the main function. In the main function, we define an integer to store the entered number. And then in a while true loop, we first check if the input is a number. If not, we print this error message and exit the program, which means we can input anything except for numbers. Now, if the input is a number, we store it in a num1 variable, and then we check if this number is greater than or equal to 0. If that's the case, we print wrong number and skip to the next iteration. That means we can't input any positive numbers at all. And if we input a negative number, it will be assigned to this num2 variable. And then num2 is checked if it's greater than 1 billion. And if so, the win function is called, and then we break the loop and the program terminates. So now, how are we supposed to come up with a negative number that is greater than 1 billion? Is that even a thing? Well, actually there's a vulnerability or a bug in this code that lets you do that. And I'll give you 10 seconds to spot it. The vulnerability that we're talking about is in this variable assignment here. In this line, we assign a signed integer to an unsigned integer. In C, signed integers can store both positive and negative numbers. Unsigned integers, on the other hand, can only store positive numbers. So in this case here, when we assign a negative number to this unsigned integer, it underflows or wraps around to the maximum positive number that can be represented by 32 bits, since this is a 32-bit program. We can confirm that using the C code here. So now, to beat this game, we can just input -1, which will pass this check, then it will be assigned to this unsigned integer here, which will underflow to the maximum 32-bit positive number. And since this number is obviously greater than 1 billion, it passes this check and it calls the win function. So back in the program here, when we enter -1, all the checks are passed and the win function is triggered. So next time, be careful when defining integers in C. If you don't know what type of integers you should work with, just go with signed integers, as they can handle both positive and negative numbers. There is also one more thing. Negative numbers are not the only numbers that can pass these checks here. If we enter a positive number like this one, we can see it works too. And if you want to know why, check the other video I made.